For the Borno State Governor, Professor Babagana Zulum, education development must not be jeopardized in the face of security challenges in the northeast states. In this regard, Governor Zulum has inaugurated a mega school with capacity of 1,500 students at Buratai village in Biu Local Government Area of the states. The governor also directed recruitment of additional 20 teachers to be selected from the host community for deployment to government secondary schools. Governor Zulum, you know, this is not new. This is not new. It's just part of his dance since he took office. I think when he took over in 2019, 100 days after, when we stood there, we saw those schools, and he's a man that has done a lot for this state. And I just imagine that if Borno were to be a peaceful state.
Oh, you said that last week. I'm sure you will have changed your state of origin like...
No, I won't change.
Like Jide did some years back. See, but they will give it to that man. If you start talking about Zulum from today to tomorrow, we'll start sounding like praise singers. But is the guy worth all this noise about him? I'll tell you yes. In the midst of war, obvious war, the guy is carrying on at risk to his own life. Yeah. Because some of the places he go to do some of these projects.
I'm sure several times his protocol officers will be having headaches.
And from what we learned, he does not even listen. We tell them protocol officers will be having running battle with him. Where is he getting money? Where is he getting funds to take care of security at the same time do projects, increase salary, pay pensioners who has not been paid for years, and do a lot of other things? You see, I think if I pray he wins the election, I'm praying for him because it is politics. And when he is elected, I pray he serves his term and still live with us for a longer. He's the kind of person we should study. Come, what kind of mindset did you take into government? Which planet are you from? And how was it convenient for you? Because we keep talking about cutting costs, saving costs. He's the kind of person who can now tell us what he did. How was it convenient for you to do these things you did? How were you able to save costs?
Borno State is just like a one-party state. They go one direction. Yeah. If you look at the antecedents since 1999, during the days of APP.
APP, like that.
So that was like that. It's not a two-party state.
Well, but the PDP is still also trying to wax on.
Do you know the name of their candidates?
Well, I've forgotten, but I know. But I've forgotten. No, I've forgotten. There are so many candidates. You pardon me. There are so many.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That look, in Borno State, I remember even the Speaker of the House of Assembly. At a point in time, everybody that wanted to contest against him in his constituency had to say, no, we are not contesting. We went on the post for
even just like the governor now, when doing the APC primaries, governorship primaries, there was a contender, but he was prevailed upon to step down for the government, even though he didn't, readily. But of course, right of first refusal as a matter of, principle and practice, should have been given to the governor. Be that as it may, I think the governor, what I would look at is the humanitarian side of his style, trying to ensure that life goes on. Because for some of the governors we have seen in Nigeria, even in peaceful states,
some will be building edifices,
even in peaceful states,
things, but then they lack that
humanitarian touch. And what exactly is he trying to do? You see the areas he's been talking about closing IDP camps. I mean, left to him, all these things should just be a thing
of the past.
Believe
in empowering people.
Of course, but the people, like somebody said, the people are the structure. The people are the society. If you don't touch base with the people, how do you intend, who are you even governing, by the way? But you see, many governors, they move around like imperial majesty. So they believe that with or without the people, the executive power that's conferred on them makes them immune to anything. So even if their states are dotted with potholes and there's so much insecurity around, as long as they are covered in their bulletproof SUVs, life goes on. So that humanitarian thought, to ensure that education continues. But I think he should ensure too that wherever education can get to the people, it's not just for the mega schools. Any way that, if you go back to the time of Awolowo, you see, he tried to ensure that education was accessible to the people wherever they were.
I think with this new move of direct, hiring teachers
directly from those places, but they should also be qualified. They should also be qualified. It should not be. Wow. It should not be a situation where I saw the photographs of the school. Of course, so that it should not. It's not just about getting teachers. It should make sure they are qualified. Then young people, it can also make use of one policy, a portion of the education policy in Nigeria, whereby even if it's secondary school holders, if they can be brushed up to take care of those little children, the basic education, let the little children be keyed into.
Dari, because when it comes to education in Nigeria, the reference points will be Edo states and Lagos states. There are parameters in which they use to measure this and everything. And the Obaseki success, if you want to replicate it across the country, and what Lagos State is doing with that, what's the name of this program? I remember this program. That they're doing. And if we can be very, very deliberate in terms of giving basic education across the border, making it accessible, like this governor is trying to do, I think it will go a long way to reduce
many of our problems.
Banditry, criminality, and what have you in future. When they have just that basic.
I can't agree with you less. And you were trying to remember a project in Lagos, Project Zero, where the state government is saying no child should be left on the street. No child of school age. And you need to know the success this has attained. It is because we don't measure government projects.
In Lagos State,
is fantastic.
People are leaving private school to go to public school.
You see how the government started.
But that's what should happen.
And that's what is happening.
In Edo State, people are even living
private
they have
schools.
the statistics.
You know what the government in Lagos State first did? Is to ensure that they as people can be proud of the public schools. Having attained that, it is still ongoing. There are still some schools that need attention. But the project started. Then they decided that no child of school age should be on the street for no reason. Okay, your parents cannot afford it. I know how many primary schools I have taken to school, AY. Free. All I need to do is gather them in the various communities. There are platforms I put my number. If you find any child roaming the street, call me. And they've been calling. And I put them together, ask for the nearest primary school. We have the numbers of the people to call in Subeb. And I call the lady, and they will respond immediately. Where is the area? And when I mention it, they will send somebody. Pack all the children to school, give them bags, uniforms, shoes, books. And they will trace the children home. They will follow them home to know their parents. Do you know what they did recently? Some of the parents were invited and accommodated for like 2 or 3 days, trained in skills, given some fund to start business. And I asked for the reason for that. And Honorable Alawiye, the chairman of it, told me that they are afraid that after some time, these parents will not be able to give those kids money for bike and government effort to be defeated because they won't go to school. So what they have done is empower the parents to ensure that the children who were out of school stay in school. And over 2 million children have been returned to the classrooms through this project. That is the kind of thing this man in Borno is targeting. I listened to one of his speeches and he said, with this kind of thing, poor children can continue their Arabic learning and also be in school. He identified the problem of the Almajiri system. He identified the problem of having people who should go to school not going to school. He knows the security implication. He does not want to alter the people's belief. Yes, Islamic education.
I know in Lagos State now. But they should
go to school too, and that's what he's doing.
In Lagos State now is as sophisticated as the syllabus, the course outlines, everything is on the palm top.
Yeah.
On the on
It's online.
platform.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
online,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
If you don't know, you have to
Yeah.
operate it. You have to
Yeah,
know how to operate
that's
it
the
and everything
point, that's the
before you
point.
can even be
That's the
recruited
point where
as a
we
teacher.
should. That's the point where we should.
That's a
be.
quick exec.
That's
Excel.
the point where we
Excel,
should
that's the
be.
word,
But
Excel, yeah.
well, politicians, you will also need to upgrade the thinking of Nigerian politicians, because if they feel that it is not necessary, that they will rather dip their hands in the public treasury and pocket the money, or move the money to bank accounts overseas, then you can bring in any program. It's just a matter of time. They will wreck it. So, for me, even if Zulum cannot copy the Eco-Excel example now, but I think he should look at the model of Obafemi Awolowo, the educational model, and make sure that the education, in a way, gets to children wherever they are, as long as they are accessible. It must not just be mega school, because I said, yes, good, mega school, but what about those who cannot get to the mega school? You should reach out to them.
I know in the US, if you are a citizen and you're not a citizen, it's an offense to have a child of school age.
And that's what the governor of Lagos State.
And they will call.
Do you know that that's what they are doing in Lagos? If you find a child that is not into, call us. We will go there first to beg the parents, release this child for us so that he can go to school, then to do the needful. So gradually we are getting there, because we have a set of people who understands what you and I are talking about. Like Emeka said, if we don't understand it or they are not ready to do it, we'll keep mounting it here. But the governor searched for somebody who can do it. He found an Alawiye who understands what it is to have roaming people on the island. He will tell you stories. And he says, no, the first thing to defeat is out of school children. Defeat that and we'll move forward.
Okay.
And he's doing it.